In this video, I'll review the most recent trade that was executed with the trade copier. Today is Monday, it's January 31st. So this is the euro dollar. Last night with the analysis that I sent out, I was talking about this key low here on the daily time frame. This is a euro dollar daily time frame, and this goes back to November 24th low. And then after it broke down and closed below that support low, I was also looking at the possibility of price moving a little bit lower, not excluding, of course, the possibility of some kind of a retracement, which is what we're trading into today. So one of the first things that I wanted to pay attention to as the markets were opening for trading this week was this support level, and to see how price was going to react there when it moved right back up into that support level, if it was actually going to stop and hold price there, or if it was going to blow and blast right through it here, which is exactly what we're seeing. So we were able to trade this. Now let me show you what it looks like, because I get this question quite a bit. What is it that I use to get into some of my trades? What kind of system or strategy am I using? So the easiest way to do it is to realize that the first thing I'm going to do is identify critical levels of support and resistance that I can see on, let's say, a daily time frame like this using a bar chart. And then I'm also analyzing the phases of consolidation to help me determine whether or not I can see up thrusts that fail, and where it would resume and return back into that area of consolidation, or springs. These are potential springs that could give an opportunity for me to trade a reversal to the upside. But I've got to be really specific, and I've got to have specific take profit targets, or there's no point in me trading it. So I'm not into this to just scalp. One of the things that I use primarily is my point and figure charts. So a lot of people will ask me the question, I didn't know that you can day trade with a point and figure chart. How do you do that? So it is the way that you construct the charts that really makes all the difference. And you've got to know what you're doing. You want to find specific entries that are relative to just the point and figure charts themselves. I don't want to get into too many details as far as, double and triple top entries, double and triple bottom entries, catapults, things like that. There's a lot of different things that I'm looking for, but basically the same price structure that I showed you, for example, on the daily time frame, I'm going to be looking for that as well on the point and figure chart, because I do see selling climaxes, automatic reactions, areas of accumulation or distribution, and then the springs that lead to opportunities, and then these tests here where you can see these ovals, these blue ovals. These are actually the tests and these pullbacks, and they help to confirm that price is likely to continue and break out to the upside outside of this range of consolidation and then trend. Now the trend is also based on the setting that I use to construct this chart. So if I construct this chart for so it would resemble or mimic a 30-minute or 1-hour time frame, then my take profit levels are going to be much smaller than if I was to execute, for example, something that would resemble a daily time frame. And that's what I'm doing here. So most of the trades that you're going to get with the trade copier are day trades. I'm going to get in and out of the trades within the same day, usually within the same trading session. Every once in a while, price will go, flat and sideways after some activity, let's say during the New York session, and then I might have to hold on to the trade maybe another 7 or 8 more hours. But I continue to manage the trades, and every one of my trades that I execute all comes back to my ability to detect or read how far price is likely to go from my point and figure chart. Point and figure is, in my opinion, the most accurate way to calculate your stop loss and your take profit levels. And your take profit levels, very often what you'll find is that if you get into some of these trades and you don't have a very specific strategy to find your take profit levels, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. Using my trade copier, I'm calculating this, I'm figuring it out, doing all the work, managing the position, and then all of these trades are automatically executed into your MT4 account. And all you really have to do is just check the balance. You don't have to ever execute a trade. You never actually trade if you don't want to. You can actually set up the account and then connect it to my trade copier, and I would be doing all of the trading for you. So I want to show you just exactly what it is that I'm using. I'm always looking at bar charts, regardless of what time frame it is, whether it's a 30-minute or 1-hour chart or a daily time frame. And then I'm also calculating, once I get a signal on my bar chart, how far price is likely to go based on the data that I have here constructed on this point and figure chart. So I always use my point and figure chart to figure out where my stop loss is and my take profit levels, and it works every single time I do it correctly. I've got lots of videos on the YouTube channel so you can see exactly how some of these trades play out and how profitable some of them are. So sometimes we'll earn 20 pip trade, 20 pips on a trade. Sometimes we'll earn 55 pips on a trade. Other times I'll earn 120 pips or 210 pips on a trade. It really depends on the kind of activity, the cause, the accumulation or distribution, how long it's been in place, and what kind of a target it gives me based on the setup here on the point and figure. So comparing this one to the pound dollar, this is the euro dollar. Comparing this one to the pound dollar, I'm going to be a lot more careful with the pound dollar because you can see just how choppy this one is. This one really didn't, this was from last week, but this one really didn't break out and give me that trending move the way you see it on the dollar, on the euro dollar. So that's the other thing. I'm very particular about getting into trades that I know are likely to move quickly. There's a lot more volume. I'm also looking at volume with my euro futures or pound futures charts. There's another exercise that you may have seen on my YouTube channel where I'm counting the waves. It's an exercise where I can find critical levels of where it would print and create a good reversal opportunity, or if it's going to break out, I want to make sure that it's going to continue to trend in the direction of the breakout. So I've been doing this for 22 years. It works just like this over and over again. As long as all of the steps are followed and correctly executed, we're always going to have a winning trade. Occasionally I might have a losing trade, but it's relatively easy to earn back that loss on the very next trade. My losses are very, very small. Usually maybe a 20 pip, 25 pip stop loss. That's about it. I really don't have to have these open-ended stop losses. I know a lot of other trade copier services and signal services. Those guys don't even use stop losses. They may tell you that they do, but they don't. And they'll blow up people, their subscribers' trading accounts, and I don't do that. The only way for me to consistently earn profits year after year for the last 22 years is to follow these, an extreme set of discipline, a disciplined trade system where I precisely know where my targets are and my stop loss, but to always use a stop loss and to use a stop loss that's very affordable. If a stop loss looks like it's going to be too large, then I just pass on the trade and wait for the next opportunity. So again, this is exactly what I use to get into my trades. Another winning trade here on the euro dollar, and I'll be looking for opportunities here on the pound dollar as well.